JB Mathers coming to you from, that's Lumberjack Arena. Don't believe if somebody tries telling you it's the Redwood Bowl, but that you'll have to watch the show to figure out. Action-packed edition. Michelle Bento-Jackson, after the Lumberjack ladies were just dynamo in Lumberjack Arena, torching the competition. Zaveion Big Dunks Bineyard joins me as well. The toughest guy on campus, Jayson Victoria. No singlets, but he is out here and he's getting it done. And then Coach Sarah Ingram, we're talking indoor track and field and baby names. It's Humboldt All-Axess. Humboldt All-Axess, pleasure to be joined by Michelle Bento-Jackson, coach of the Cal Poly Humboldt Lady Lumberjacks basketball squad. All right, Coach, obviously I was in the back seat, didn't get to see this team play for a while. Was really impressed with Stan State, and you're like, I'm not quite happy. Well, then you go out Saturday and you blow the doors off the Bobcats. Coach, your thoughts on the weekend, which from where I sat, very impressive.
Well, obviously we're extremely pleased to come away with the 2 wins, but more importantly, I was just happy with the way the team played. And as far as on Thursday against Stanislaus, you know, we went into halftime with a decent lead, but that never means anything. And I thought we kind of took, as I say, our foot off the gas a little bit in the second half. And so moving forward to Saturday, that was my challenge to the team at halftime is don't take your foot off the gas. And we have to learn how to extend leads rather than giving teams hope that they can get back into it.
Coach, I'm just impressed. Well, first let's start with the play. Your team plays fast and they play hard, both ends of the court.
You know, this is a really fun group. I am thoroughly enjoying coaching them, and you know, I'm an effort coach, as many coaches are, but these girls are bringing it every single day, and you know, they're just totally bought in. I think they're liking our style of play right now, and they're just leaving it all out on the floor, and we have quality depth coming off the bench, and everybody's contributing, and we're just in a good place right now.
Yeah, and it seems like, you know, last couple of years you've been coaching how we do things and, you know, a little maybe more psychologist. And it seems like, granted, I'm only 2 games in, but it's X's and O's.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, as you can see, our style of play is a little bit different this year, which does require a lot of effort. And, you know, one thing that we really improved upon this recruiting class is we did improve upon our team speed. Well, I wouldn't be a very good coach if I didn't utilize that. So we're definitely trying to use that speed to our advantage.
And talked about the depth. I mean, this weekend when you got a player like Kiori coming off your bench, and she, I think, had 11 points in like the first quarter coming off the bench, it's got to be nice to know that you've got a loaded gun.
We do, and I think another beauty about this team is, you know, we have a true inside-outside presence. And the other thing that I was really pleased about this weekend is just the number of assists we had, our assist-to-turnover ratio, and obviously that's always indicative of just sharing the ball, which is something that I preach every single day in practice. And the girls are just getting more familiar with one another. You know, there's a lot of new players out there, but they're getting familiar with each other and really playing off of each other well.
And it seems like Smith, you're 5, only a freshman. It's been a while since you've had a true 5.
It's been a long while, and you know, even you just saying right now, freshman, sometimes I forget that she is.
Me too.
And that's credit to her because she's maturing right before our eyes, and you know, I put a lot on her plate, all the freshmen, and I told them a couple weeks ago, you guys got to grow up, and you got to grow up now, and I think they're doing a tremendous job with that.
Something I've noticed at this level of basketball, I'm going to call Division II, whether it's the men or the women, a lot of times the quote-unquote bigs struggle to play that fast-paced basketball. She seems more than up to the task.
Oh, she is, and you know, And, you know, she moves her feet really well on both offense and defense. She is not a liability, even though we're playing at a faster pace and we're doing things a little bit differently. She's fitting in just fine.
All right, then talk about, you got the freshman PG, and, you know, you throw in Acuna, Sherwinski, Sadik. I mean, it just keeps coming. And, well, again, what I love is they all play fast and they all play hard.
They do, and I have no complaints in that area, and that's usually an area, you know, that it's a day-to-day basis, me just trying to really get it out of them. But I'm just really pleased, JB. Now, obviously, the key is for us to continue this, to continue to improve. We had a good film session yesterday, and just to get better week by week.
I mean, it's got to be fun, right? Like, I mean, winning is fun, and I would imagine the way you played, and you mentioned Riley, I mean, everybody's getting to eat.
Yeah, I was really happy with Riley. I thought she played a fabulous game on Saturday, and you know, I think she's probably pretty happy with herself too, just kind of getting back in the groove and really being a contributor for us in all areas.
All right, with that said, kind of an odd time in the schedule, but great job. Went out, you scheduled some non-conference games. This Saturday. You've got a game, Western Oregon University team. You seem to battle every year, one of the old GNAC foes, and then St. Martin's come down. Speaking of GNAC, just talk about filling that gap, and then you didn't have as much success in those crossover games trying to remedy that.
Absolutely. And yesterday, again, just reiterating to the team, just understanding the importance of the non-conference games. It's kind of for different reasons. Obviously, the CC2A games, we're always focused on getting in that tournament.
Right.
But just helping them understand that the regional games are extremely important too, when it comes to end of February.
Get in the big tournament.
Yeah, exactly. So for regional recognition, those are games that, we really want to come out with some victories and more importantly, just to build off this last weekend.
When you talk about building off the weekend, what are the most improvement you would like to see from this squad heading into these final 2 non-conference games?
Our half-court defense. Our half-court defense still has some cleaning up to do, and there's different things that we're trying to do defensively, and a lot of it is just kind of a reactionary type thing. I don't want our players to be robots, and I think that's what I took away from Saturday's game is they were doing things without me telling them, and really just playing off of each other, and I think that's when you really start to see the growth.
How hard is it to sustain? Physically, I imagine when you're this young, it's not as hard. But mentally, it's got to be tough. I kind of think we saw that from the men. They had a great game, and then, less than 48 hours later, just tough to answer that bell again.
It is, and I think, if you look at the minutes, at least in these last 2 games, and who knows how it's going to be moving forward, but when we do play at this kind of in pace and this kind of intensity, it's nice that we can play multiple players. I don't know how deep in the bench we got. We ended up getting everybody in on Saturday, but even when the game, in the third, fourth quarter, we're playing players, and they're contributing off the bench. I can't play those 5 starters at this pace for 40 minutes,
right.
Especially with 2 games in 3 days, so it's great to get the contribution from others.
Faster you play, more everyone gets to play. So Michelle Bento-Jackson, Lady Jacks in action Saturday and Monday. Back after these messages. Pleasure to be joined by Zaveion Bineyard of the Humboldt men's basketball team. Zaveion, first things first, I didn't know, and I don't even think they keep the stat. I think you're going to lead the league, or maybe the nation, in kicked balls. How hard is it for people to try to get the ball around you? You've got just length for days.
I know, what's it called? I think I'm leading at my old school, too, not going to lie.
Is that anticipation? Is it just something you've mastered over the years?
Yeah, it's just like when we're in the trap, he tells me to move around a lot. And I know, most guys, because my arms are so long, they don't try throwing it up, they try throwing it low. So, I just try to move everywhere, but end up kicking the ball a lot.
My comparison was, I don't know if you remember, you're too young, but Plastic Man. You got those arms that go for days, but it helps you on both ends of the court.
Yeah.
Tell us about where you help this team defensively and offensively, because you really seem to be coming into your own.
I think defensively I've helped with just being in the gap and going out there to grab rebounds, because talking to Coach DJ and all of our coaching staff, they told me not to go out there and worry about doing everything, just go out there and worry about playing your hardest and doing one thing like grabbing rebounds, and the game will come to you. So if I go out there and grab rebounds, I feel like the offensive side would just help me more, and it'll be easier on the other side.
You guys as a team, defense really hasn't been the issue. You guys have played some good defense. Offensively, you've had your ups and downs. What do you think has held you guys back offensively? What do you do to maybe get that next step forward so we see more offense like we did against Stan State?
I think we just got to stick to the basics and listen to our coach, really, because I feel like sometimes we go away from what he says, like playing as a team and just moving the ball around and cutting. And sometimes we just take too many threes when we have a good team that knows how to get to the rim.
Yeah, from where I sit, it's a lot more exciting to call a Zaveion Bineyard dunk than it is a three-pointer. All right, I asked you about this in the post-game show the other day, but we talked about the game. You're going to the rack, and like I said, you have that length. You got to feel like you can elevate at any time and smash one home, yeah?
Yeah, I feel like just knowing how long my arms are and knowing my ability, what I could do on the court, I feel like just me attacking the rim, I just know what I could do. I could play above the rim, and it just helps my game a lot.
You guys coaches compared to an expansion team. He comes in late, you guys come in late. A lot of talent. Talk about just the growth you guys are making and how much more you have to make.
I think we have way much more growth to make, but I feel like we're at a good spot right now. But as a team, I feel like we're connected, but no team is too connected, So I feel like we can get way more connected, and it all starts up off the court, hanging out with each other and just building a connection. So when we're on the court, we all combine as one.
Well, hanging out-wise, was it odd actually playing a home game this past weekend? You guys have been road warriors to start the season, 7 straight games. how nice was it to wake up in your own bed on game day?
Oh, it felt great because, before the game, I usually need my pregame nap, but when we're traveling, I don't get to do that really, so it felt good after I walked through, getting a little dinner or whatever, and then taking a good little nap in my bed and waking up and going to play.
Now, are you, what's the nap look like? For me, like I go 20 minutes because I think after that it's too much, but I'm not a big time athlete like you. Are you a power nap, wake up when you feel like it? Do you set the alarm? Take me through your nap goals. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I think I'm big when it comes to naps.
Not gonna lie, I am like a power nap type of guy.
Okay.
Set an alarm, so like we have a game at 4 or whatever, I'll probably wake up at probably like around 2:30 or 3, just like get my body moving and getting ready to go down the court, get some shots early, and get a feel for the game.
Are you a big meal guy? What kind of fuel are we putting in the body before tip off?
I feel like it's half-half. Like some games, I want to eat a lot before the game, and I feel like just like mainly how my body feels, really.
Being at home, we talked after the game Thursday. You got a little taste of the excitement of the Lumberjack faithful. Talk about you guys as a team and what DJ and KJ, because they've been here obviously years before, what it means for you guys that you can play a brand of basketball that people can get behind. You're going to get a huge 6-man out there.
Yeah, literally. I feel like the crowd helps a lot. I feel like they're on the court with us sometimes, how loud it is in there, and I appreciate that a lot.
All right, you guys have a little break now, unfortunately, until you play on the 19th all the way down in San Marcos. What's the key to staying sharp, and then how do you use this time to stay healthy and get better?
Really just being in the training room, getting up shots, and since we're not practicing, just getting our heart flowing and getting ready for what we got next, really.
And yeah, because there's only so many games, because then you go and then it's the Christmas break.
Yeah.
Does that put some pressure on only 2 more games over like a month period?
It does, but because I feel like we got to go on a Christmas break on a good note, so I feel like it does we do have a little bit of pressure, but what we could do is not a lot of pressure.
Tell us about Zaveion Bineyard when you're not napping. What's life like off the court for you, and why Humboldt for you?
I feel like off the court, I'm more of like I don't like being alone, so I like being around people. So like I'm always with my teammates or just people that go to school here. I just like being around people, And coming to Humboldt, I feel like it was just a better option than where I was before, because I know there's a lot of eyes looking over here, and it can help me get to where I want to end on my.
And where were you before you came to Arcata, California?
It was called Nelson University in Arizona.
Okay. Oh, Arizona. It sounds hot and dry. Yeah. And all right. Well, hey, Zaveion, I know you being a people person, us here on the North Coast, we love having you. So excited to call your games all year, and just appreciate you taking some time and joining the folks here on the North Coast.
All right, thank you very much.
Zaveion Bineyard, the dunk master for the Lumberjacks. We're going to pause, take a timeout. Back with more Humboldt All-Axess right here. Humboldt All-Axess, pleasure to be joined by one of my favorites, Jayson Victoria, who's just dominating out on the mat. So Coach is here. Coach Zaleski's back there, and he's beating you up about practice time. So I assume you showed up late to practice. You did pin your guy in under a minute on Friday, right?
Yes. I was late to practice this morning for the first time ever. It happens.
Oversleep? Were you studying? You probably had homework. It is finals week next week. You were probably studying hard, right?
Yeah, I was studying hard. That's what happened.
How did now we see Coach Zaleski, he's the happy-go-lucky, and he's super friendly. Look, he's also a great wrestler and a wrestling coach. So I know when the mats are out there, the heat's turned up, it's a different story. What's Coach like when you're actually practicing?
Coach is very serious, and he's not messing around. We have to do the move right, or else he's gonna make us do it again.
Is he a discipline? Is he a yeller? Or is he just like a fear guy? What's his style? How would you describe his style of coaching?
He definitely has a legacy, and he's always right.
Oh, got you training. How did he react to you showing up late for practice?
He made us run an extra mile, but
so that's right? Everyone paid the price.
We got lucky. Yeah.
What would happen if you weren't lucky?
Nothing, I guess.
I highly doubt nothing. That I don't believe you for a second on. Now,
Yeah.
does he still get out and wrestle with you guys?
Coach?
Yeah.
Yeah, coach.
Does he still got a little game, him and his brother, or what?
Oh yeah.
Who wins if you guys wrestle?
Lenny Zaleski.
Oh man, he's coached up and doing well. All right, tell us about Pueblo, the match, and how you dominated the competition.
Pueblo, that match was, quick and easy. I actually hit one of my my normal go-to double, and then, the pin came right there. We were training that the week of in practice, so this came together. It all came together.
Is it disappointing to work all this? I mean, you put in all this work, you practice, you focus, and you're out there for less than 60 seconds. I mean, do you sometimes want to go 3 rounds with somebody just, to get a workout?
That's a good point, but when the duels are close and tight, you have to take care of business.
How much did you know? How much studying do you know about your opponent before you face them?
I don't know.
Like,
much.
did you know you're going to come out and throw this double on this guy, or is it just, as Sean Payton used to say, they're a faceless opponent?
Ooh, maybe faceless, and that double, I knew it was there. The double's always there, so.
Always there, no matter what.
Yeah.
So if I'm scouting you, I got to watch out for the double which is never going to happen. But if I was wrestling you, watch out for the double.
Oh yeah, I'm hitting it.
Okay, so let's talk about your scouting report. You want to do the double. How much is in your head how this thing's going to start? And then obviously, I assume it's like jazz, right? It's freestyle. You're going to go out there, and the match can go many different. I mean, it's going to go your way, but how it gets your way can be different, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to go out there and hit the same moves I know. I've been training for that moment, so.
What do you know about the opponent this weekend?
This week I know he's from Southern Oregon.
Okay.
And I'm not losing to someone from Southern Oregon.
That would be embarrassing, right? Somebody from California lives from Southern Oregon?
Exactly.
I mean, geez. They're known for plays up there in Shakespeare festivals.
That'll be a little embarrassing.
Ranked 7th.
Oh, ranked 7th. So according to Lenny, pretty good wrestler.
Just beat San Francisco State 8 matches to 2.
So I feel like, Jayson, you probably don't pay a lot of. You're focused on yourself and whoever you're going to wrestle, who you're going to wrestle. With that said, are you familiar with who you're going to see at 7:30 p.m. Friday night here in Lumberjack Arena?
I'm not too familiar with them, but you guys will see the double leg.
Jayson, how much better are you this year compared to last year? Because last year you kind of took everyone by storm and you were the golden boy and the surprise, and this year there's an X on your back.
An X on my back?
Yeah, people are gunning for you. You're not a surprise anymore.
It's been like that, so probably, just keep training, keep trusting coach's process, and keep running, keep my cardio up.
Show up on time to practice.
Show up on time to practice, and I don't think Southern Oregon's gonna get me.
What is the goal for you this year? When this season's over, what is your ultimate goal?
The end goal by this season is to make the nationals, but first I gotta take top 3 in the regionals.
All right, when you're not shooting doubles, what's Jayson Victoria like off the mat? You don't have the. I don't know if you wear the headgear anyways. Those ears are looking pretty good. So, but what do you do when you're not wrestling? And of course, studying hard.
Well, one thing I did this Thanksgiving break was fixed up my dad's 450, and we went dirt biking, and I rode it all day, so it was really fun. I feel like I never really rode the 450. Usually I'm on the 250.
So that's some giddy up.
Yeah, now we're getting some power.
You like adrenaline, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
A little bit.
Hey, Jayson, as always, appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Jayson Victoria, watch him wrestle this Friday and the rest of the Jacks, 7:30, right there, Redwood Bowl. Back after these messages. Pleasure to be joined by Sarah Ingram, track and field, indoor and outdoor for the Lumberjacks, and it is indoor season. Coach, don't shoot me, but I got to ask the question. Besides the obvious, What is different? What are the nuances between indoor and outdoor track and field?
The events are shorter,
Okay.
and some of the events are just different events. So a lot of the outdoor events, we don't have like javelin for obvious reasons. They
Makes
don't
sense.
contest those indoors. The hammer throw, they make it a shorter wire and call it the weight throw, and we throw that instead for indoor. But aside from that, it's generally just shorter events.
So I assume a lot of the same athletes. Is it? How does it benefit their outdoor season, or is it a way to, kind of stay sharp, or how's it looked at? Because I mean, clearly outdoor track and field is the premier event, at least from a fan standpoint. You think the Olympics, all this stuff, that's what you think of. So I guess just for the student athletes, how it, fits into what they're doing.
Absolutely. I mean, it definitely gives them just a better opportunity to train at a higher level, to, anytime you can get competitive early season competition that's going to benefit them for their outdoor season. But the biggest thing is that it allows them a whole nother championship opportunity with indoor nationals in March. So instead of just trying to vie to get into the outdoor championships and perform there, they get an opportunity to do both.
Yeah, and that's way better than just training and more practice, which I mean,
A little more motivating.
Look at all these other sports. You just get to go, basketball and soccer, they get one season, and for them, obviously, you add this to the mix. And I heard it was an awesome weekend for you guys.
It was an awesome
at Reno,
weekend.
between school records, some NCAA marks. Tell us how the Jacks did.
Yeah, so first meet of the year, we already surpassed how many NCAA provos we hit last year in the whole indoor season. We got 3 this last weekend, 1 each day. First day was Kokomi McCamey in the indoor pentathlon. Second day we had Isabel Perez-Zogby in the 800 meter. And third day we had Michael Payan in the pole vault.
Nice.
So fantastic start for them. We're hoping those marks will be deep enough in the national rankings to get them in to nationals. But we still have 2 more weekends of indoor competition in February where they'll have an opportunity to better those marks.
Yeah, how do you stay sharp over this? I mean, you got the holidays, you got finals, probably a lot of them going home to see mom and dad, and then not a competition until February. I imagine as the coach, you're trying to, want them to enjoy themselves, but let's not put on 30 pounds over the break either.
It's a tough balance. We're limited by NCAA rules in terms of, what we can and cannot do for training. But we really rely on, the upperclassmen and the leaders to try to motivate the lowerclassmen and kind of remind them what the expectations are over these breaks. And, we give them the workouts and we hope that they do them. It's college, it's not high school anymore. So
Right.
The athletes who are motivated, they're the ones that are going to be doing well. And, they know what the expectations are. So it's pretty much just on them to show up and get the work in.
Year 3 for this program now, the indoor track and field. How has it evolved, and where do you see it going, and how do you feel on that trajectory?
It's just fun to start to see we have an indoor top 5 school records list. It's fun to see those starting to fill up now. First couple of years, if you compete at all, you get a school record. Now we're starting to get to the point where it's really competitive. So we did set 8 new indoor school records this last weekend, but a lot of those are really, really solid marks, some of those national contending marks.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're talking, NCAA provos, right? It's
Exactly.
not just, PRs. I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking about legit stuff here.
Exactly. So yeah, just continuing to fill out that depth and, build an indoor program that has the same, reputation that the outdoor program does long term.
And how does it help with recruiting? Now, all these years, of course, being around the track and field program, adding this to the mix, I would assume helps with recruiting?
Absolutely. Anytime, again, you get a chance to compete in 2 seasons rather than just 1, that's a plus, that's a benefit that the students are looking for. And especially for us, we're the only men's program in our conference that offers indoor for men.
That's huge.
The one and only. So, if they want to have that longer training season and have an indoor season to compete for nationals, we're the only school they can come to in the CCA for that.
As you start to think about the outdoor season in the spring, I just do want to think about your runners. How did Bubba do with the cross-country team this season? Did he not screw things up too bad?
He did great, as expected.
You've been around the program for a few
15
years.
years.
Okay, 15 years.
Yeah.
How has the transition to Cal Poly helped or hurted with recruiting, and how have you seen things evolve in that aspect?
Yeah, we've definitely seen an increase in the caliber of student athletes that are interested in coming to Humboldt, especially the academic caliber. That's been a nice plus. As coaches, we do the technical stuff. We coach the X's and O's, But we know that if you have somebody who's a good student, they're well-rounded, they're organized, they take care of business, off the track, it makes our jobs a lot easier. So it's certainly nice to have a better caliber of student athlete coming in.
All right, I mentioned Bubba. You talked about Coco. What was Coco's last name?
McCamey.
And that's a great name right there. Speaking of names, baby Ingram is in the oven. Have we discussed baby names? Do we want to take some suggestions from the viewers?
Would love to hear some suggestions, but yeah, we're talking about it, but we've decided not to make a decision until we get to see her.
Well,
and it is a her, so little girl.
Congratulations, by the way. And that's just
Thank
awesome
you.
news and exciting that we're going to add a little lumberjack to the family. Coach, appreciate it. Enjoy the holidays, and I know the guys and girls will be ready come February. Appreciate your time.
Thanks.
There it is, another great edition of Humboldt All-Axess. See you next week.